Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very, very much for coming today for this announcement and discussion about something that I think is going to be extremely important to the future of higher education broadly. But I am so very, very proud and excited about the pioneering work that Lake Superior College has already done in this area. And it is truly inspiring, Doctor. I mean, I have learned in these last days and weeks just how far you have taken the topic that we are discussing today. And I would have to say that Lake Superior College is as far as anybody in the state, and maybe as far as most places in the country, in terms of pioneering a transformative change in the way that we deliver higher education services. And to you and your team, congratulations, and thank you for the work that you've done in a really innovative, collaborative way to better serve students in the state. And I'm really proud of it. Thank you. And Lake Superior College is going to be a benchmark and really a model now for other institutions across Minnesota, because we're going to say if they can do it, everybody else can and should do it as well. Which brings us to the topic of today. As you know, we have a changing economy and lots of change that takes place in terms of technology and demographics and many, many other things. And there's a transformative change that is unfolding in higher education across the country and across the globe. And it's online learning. And it's certainly not meant to replace traditional instruction, but it is meant to enhance and supplement traditional instruction. If you think about the younger generation, the one that is behind most of us in this room, they conduct much of their life through web-based devices and technology. They socialize through web-based transmittal of information. They transmit images and data and storage in almost every aspect of their life. They are online or communicate, interact, and live in a web-enabled environment. No question that this phenomena, technological and demographic, is going to transform higher education in the country. And the question for us is Minnesota going to lead that effort, or is it going to follow? And I'm here today to say we're going to lead that effort. But I want to also say thank you to Lake Superior College, because you answered this question 12 years ago. They've been at this for 12 years and have had tremendous success. I'm sure a few bumps in the road along the way as well, Doctor, but really a role model for the rest of Minnesota and for the country in developing and providing these services. If you can imagine the various walks of life that students are from. We have traditional students, of course, who most recently have come out of high school, but there are many, many other what you consider quote-unquote non-traditional students who have different life responsibilities, different backgrounds, different learning styles, different learning speeds, different schedules. And what online learning does in part is says to the student or the learner, we can provide these services at a time that's convenient for you, at a place that's convenient for you, in a pace that's convenient for you, hopefully in a format that's enjoyable and familiar to you, and it will be supported by faculty who will be there virtually or physically to help you. And what this does is open the door for more access, more variety, hopefully improvements in quality, more convenience, and also the ability for folks who wouldn't maybe even be able to attend college to attend. Today the announcement is as follows. We want to, as a matter of public policy in Minnesota, get our state college and university system to make sure that by the year 2015, 7 years from now, that 25% of all of the credits offered and taken by college students in our INSCU system be taken online, be delivered online. Now for some that's going to be a stretch goal. For Lake Superior College it will not be. they are knocking on the door already at 24.7%, so maybe we're going to have a special recognition, maybe like a turbocharge going for Lake Superior. But I guess I would say thank you for, you're already at the goal we're setting for 2015, so perhaps you'd voluntarily be willing to set a more aspirational goal for the college. On average, our mid-SKU colleges in universities in Minnesota are about 9.2% online. So this 25% goal would be not tripling, but approaching tripling the current level of online credits delivered between now and 2015. We think it's an aggressive goal, but a reasonable goal, and one that reflects the growing demand for these kinds of courses. We're also asking these following items. We're asking the institutions to make sure there is equal or as close to equal as possible emphasis on online courses and traditional courses in terms of marketing materials so that the students can learn of these opportunities in an easy format and in easy ways. We are also asking the legislature to give the authority to change the high school graduation requirement like they have in Michigan. I think they're about to in some other states as well, but Minnesota would be the second state to change the high school graduation requirements so that each high school student before graduating would be required to have an online course or at least a meaningful online experience. We're seeing increasing appetite with high school students to do this anyhow, but we want to make sure it's not just reserved for the select few, but that everybody has a chance to do that. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. For example, AP courses that are now available online, post-secondary enrollment classes are now available online. If not a full course, there's many other resources available where a student can have a free online experience. For example, NASA has student online portals where students can go onto the NASA website and take kind of a topical study of things that NASA is supplying, not just relating to space travel, but related science fields and exercises and the like. So we want to have that be part of the high school expectation so that when students come to college, they have some familiarity and exposure to online learning and online education. You know, one of the issues is always going to be, well, what does the faculty think of this? I want to be very clear from our standpoint. This is not a matter of faculty being replaced by computers. The faculty has told us many times this is as much or more work for the faculty than traditional programming. So we fully expect the faculty to be as engaged or more engaged than traditional programming. It's just delivering the service differently, still fully engaging and needing the faculty, obviously, but hopefully providing some of the services in a way that's more convenient and more customized to the students. So that's what we're hoping to achieve with all of this. Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful to not have much to say after your governor speaks, because he has really spoken so highly of the college. Governor, thank you so very, very much for those very kind words. We have had online learning as a tenet of our strategic initiatives since 1997, as you've noted. And back in 1997, our very first class, we had 8 students who took a 1-credit cell biology class. And 11 years later, well, 11 and a half years later, we now have 20, as you mentioned, and I had to admit it was 24% of all of our classes, all of our credits are offered online. We have 3,600 students, more than 3,600 students every year who engage in online learning. It's about 44% of all of our credit-bearing students. So we have gone very far in those 12 years, and it has been, as you've noted, because of the faculty, because of the vision of our academic leadership. And I would like to recognize our Vice President of the e-campus and technology, Barry Dahl. But all of the staff members at Lake Superior College saw a vision about access for people, particularly in northern Minnesota. And they ran with that idea and put in place all of the processes, all of the structures, all of the student support services that we need to be able to say that we have 24% of all of the classes taught online. So we thank you, we honor you for that vision, and we say that we will support you and we will support the state of Minnesota in any way that we can as we move forward with your goals. Thank you so much.